Alright everybody, how's it going? I am about to read you this article that was posted today by CollectiveEvolution.com. I am with my buddy Insomniac, and he's going to be providing his opinions on this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article, and then we'll get into what we think about this. Okay, Florida makes off-grid living illegal, mandates all homes must be connected to an electricity grid. It's no secret that an opposition to sustainable living exists. Earlier this year, Texas State brought several SWAT teams to a sustainable community and threatened to shut it down. Each one of the community members were initially handcuffed at gunpoint and it was called the Garden of Eden Community, and it was totally self-sustainable. You can read more about it here, which you can't because I'm reading the article, not you, haha, motherfucker. Alright, this time it's Robin, I don't know how to say his name, this time it's Robin that's come under fire. She lives off the grid in Florida, completely independent of the city's water and electricity system. A few weeks ago, officials ruled her off-grid living was illegal. Officials cited the International Property Maintenance Code, which mandates that homes must be connected to an electricity grid and a running water source. That's just like saying our dependency on corporations isn't even a choice. The battle to live without most utilities has been ongoing for Robin. The self-sufficient woman has lived more than a year and a half. More than a year and a half, why the fuck is that so hard to say? Using solar energy and propane, camping, stove, and rainwater. Rainwater, ew, she gets dirt in there.
Well, she probably filters it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Would the fluoride in the water still, like, that wouldn't evaporate too, would it?
As long as you filter it, you filter all that crap out. I mean, you could just take something as simple as like a Brita filter, you know, the pitchers. Those Brita pitchers, and it'll filter all that crap out.
I'm gonna call up Alex Jones for my filter. You know, he's got that stuff.
Oh, the Pro Pure.
Oh, I don't know. It probably doesn't even work. That guy's pretty crazy. But so what exactly is off-the-grid living? It means living independently, mainly living independently of utility companies, providing your own power. It does not mean living in the Stone Age. It is about a bushcraft. It's not about bushcraft. It's about generating your own power, your water, and dealing with your own waste. Probably as part of a community, not living on your own like a hermit. It's also about being more self-reliant and being less dependent on the system. Perhaps realizing that the system isn't really protecting us anymore and we have to look after ourselves. And then George Newry, whoever the hell that is. Our potential as a human race is quite extraordinary. We just don't realize that sustainable living is not about giving up a certain lifestyle, but, you know, just not being an asshole to the world and just living nicely, okay? So basically, the state said to this woman, okay, you're not guilty of living off the system, that's not really a crime, but you're guilty of not being connected to a safe water supply. You know, this is ridiculous. One of the saddest lessons of history is this. If we've been bamboozled long enough, we tend to reject any evidence of the bamboozle. We're no longer interested in finding the truth. The bamboozled has captured us. It's simply too painful to acknowledge, even to ourselves, that we've been taken. Once you give the charlatan power over you, you almost never get it back. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Okay. So what do you think about this, Andy? Are you cool? Yeah, your name's Andy Kennison on your channel. It says it, so
I think it's
scared.
I think it's kind of bullshit. I mean, as long as they're not like abusing their kids or doing anything remotely illegal, who gives a shit? As long as the whole community that's involved is not abusing their kids or doing anything remotely illegal, you know, they shouldn't really give a shit what they're doing. And they're not really breaking any laws. They just want them to be connected. Come on, it's stupid. I mean, you know about the smart meters and crap, right? I think they stuck one of them fuckers on my house.
No, what is that? What's a smart meter?
It's like, so they can, like, if you don't pay your bill, they remotely shut it off at the office and whatnot instead of coming to your house and all that, and they don't have to come out to check your meter or nothing like that. So, but people were saying that they were getting headaches from them and stuff like that, you know, because some kind of signal that's being emitted through them or whatnot. But I haven't had a problem with no headaches and shit, and I'm like right behind where the damn meter sits. I mean, well, almost anyway. Pretty damn close, but they stuck one of them damn things on my house like a year or two ago, and it hasn't bothered me at all, but it's just some way for them to be able to track how much power you're using and all this crap. But I'm guessing
one thing that really bothers me about this article, or like what they're doing, is that Like, where are you supposed to go other than out of the country? Like, if you don't want to live on the system, you are completely fucked. There's nothing you can do.
Well, you could always move out to a desolate country somewhere and live on your own, but then they really won't come after you. But
like, come on, then the nukes fall and then you're screwed still. So.
I'm saying if you move out to the backwoods, you're less likely to get less likely to get fucked with than.
You know they are fucking with people that are out there, right? They're starting to like make people move into cities.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give up my house if I lived out in the country.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it, but like basically, whoever this is, this company or whatever that came out and messed with this lady, they saw, hey, she's not giving us money. Let's go mess with her. That's exactly what they do.
That's probably what it is.
I don't know. It's just that irritates me. I don't understand how people or companies can just say, listen, you're doing fine, so I want some of what you're getting, even though I have like stacks of cash in the bank over here. I just like this income from you too.
Well, it's like I said, as long as they're not doing nothing illegal and they're not like abusing their kids or anything like that, they shouldn't be fucking with them. They should just leave them alone. As long as they're obeying all the laws and all that stuff, there should be no problem. They just want money out of them, is what it seems. And what I was saying about the backwoods, from the picture, it seems like it's in the middle of a suburban area, so that's probably another reason why they're fucking with them. But if they were out in the backwoods, they'd be less likely to, be bothering them.
I think eventually I want to upgrade to get solar panels, just because, that's most likely a huge cut from your electricity bill.
Oh, it's a tax write-off too, I believe.
Really?
I believe so. Anything that saves energy, any energy-saving appliance or whatnot you get, I believe is a tax write-off.
That's awesome.
So I mean,
that's really
if
cool.
I had some stuff like that, I could actually save on my taxes.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about. Oh yeah, the country. I think it happens to be Ukraine, who's in the news a lot lately, or it was like a year ago or something. But there's one country. Okay, it starts with a U, and like I think it's like 9 out of 10 homes and neighborhoods have like gardens. Like nobody has yards like we do in America. They all have gardens. And I'm pretty sure I looked up the country and I couldn't find anything because you can't zoom in low enough to the ground to see their yards or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried to. You cannot see it. Like, I was like, this looks exactly the same. But I'm pretty sure it's known that they actually, like, everybody has gardens there and they all grow their own food.
There was somewhere a couple of years ago, I forget what city it was in, but somebody actually had a garden in their front yard. And the city actually made her get rid of it because they didn't like her garden being in her front yard. It's like, what the hell? She was just growing, like tomatoes and stuff like that in her front yard, no big deal.
Don't you know you're supposed to be growing our GMO seeds? Come on. If you're going to grow food, grow the poisonous shit you buy at the store. Come on, what are you doing?
This was actually before
healthy?
All that went into place, because that only went into place a couple of years ago. So this was like a year or so before that. This was probably about 3 or 4 years ago, I think. And this person just had a garden going in her front yard, and the city said that it was illegal for her to have a garden in her front yard. And they made her get rid of it.
Yeah, I wish I had a garden in my front yard, but I wouldn't be growing food. It'll be a couple years and I will have a garden in my front yard. Sitting out there with an AK, making sure no one comes over.
Well, that kind of garden, you might want to make sure it's in your backyard.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got a giant... Okay, you won't know. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. But seriously, like, people cannot have solar... Why don't they just make them illegal? Because if they're just going to whine at people and just do all this, like, just...
Well, they won't care if you have
it.
They won't care if you have it as long as you have electricity from, say, DTE flowing through your house, As long as you have both, they won't care. But if you have just the solar panels, apparently it seems like it's a problem. And this is from Texas, no less.
Yeah, like, I don't get is, like, how do these people connect to the internet? Like, do they not get that? Or, like, what do they do? Because if they're, like, completely independent from the grid, do they cut off the wire from their house? How do they get connection?
They probably don't even have internet.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I'm sorry. No off-the-grid living for me. I gotta stay.
Well, you gotta think. You gotta have like cable lines running to your house for...
That's what I'm saying. If you're completely independent, can't you just cut that off? Or, like, unscrew it or whatever?
Yeah. I could disconnect it right now from my house if I wanted to.
But we don't.
I just gotta go underneath my house and disconnect it. I know how to... The guy actually told me how to do it. If I
Wait,
wanted
yours
to...
is under your house?
Well, I'm in a modular home, so yeah.
Oh.
But the guy actually told me where it was at. I mean, it's like right in where the corner of the room I'm in right now meets. It's right directly underneath that, underneath the floor. And all I gotta do is go outside, remove a piece of skirting, and go in there. He told me where the wires were for hooking up the other connections in my house. Because right now I got like 3 other connections that are disconnected. Because they would take power away from my internet, which is why my internet used to be crappy, even though I have a good speed. So I got one hooked up for the room I'm in, my family room, and my daughter's room. That's it. I have at least 2 or 3 more that I can hook up if I wanted to have internet or TV in another room. But I could totally just disconnect that all, and it wouldn't even be connected to that anymore. It would still be going through the line, but it wouldn't be going to my house.
Yeah, I kind of think people, when they think of off-the-grid living, they think you're just, like, sitting there in a room, like, just trying to, like, hide from the state. Like,
No,
that's not even really what it's like. Like, we're not, like,
power.
looking out the blinds for, like, a Matrix man to come around the corner. Like, no, that's
you-
not how it is. It's
You got no power, you got no phone, you got no no running city water. You have all that independently with yourself. You have your own power you're creating, your own water filtration systems. You have, all that stuff. I mean,
So-
at the very least, they might have cell phones, I'm guessing. I mean, they got to communicate somehow. But other than that, they probably just generate all that stuff on their own, it seems.
Yeah, so if you guys would like to read the rest of this article, I will put a link to it in the description, and I don't know if Andy will as well, but
Yeah.
so that's that, I guess. If you want to say anything, go for it.
I just think it's retarded that all this crap is starting to come around. First, they're trying to take away your Second Amendment rights and destroy the Constitution. Now they're dictating how you're going to live. It's retarded.
Yeah, I
when
agree.
is it going to end?
Oh, it's when it ends.
And
That's when it ends.
not to go off topic, but I seriously thought this second American Revolution was going to happen in Connecticut. Did you hear what happened with that?
Oh yeah, hold on. I want to just do a complete other video with you about this. So, maybe not right now, but in a couple days maybe we'll post another one. Because I actually was reading that article thinking I'm making a fucking video about this because this is crazy.
Yeah, I was going to do one the other day, but I just didn't make it for my What Were You Thinking series. I just didn't get around to it.
Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Link to the article will be in the description. I'll see you guys later. Andy, you end it.
Alright guys, have a good day. Subscribe to both of us if you haven't done so already. We greatly appreciate it. Thumbs up, share, Facebook, Twitter, bullshit that is Google+, and favorite, all that good stuff, and have a good day.